All right, a very good morning to all three of you. So you have built your brand successfully. Okay, so today's opening plenary, the first question that we're going to discuss about is on scaling up a local business to global heights through innovative strategies. Okay, so first question to all of you, okay, is how do you accelerate your business growth? You know, how do you do that? Is it through partnerships? Is it through franchising or what? Okay, so do share with us what are your business strategies. So who would like to start first? Okay.
The first to come up, the first to take the question.
Fantastic.
Cool, all right, that's good. Thank you, Renee, for having me here to share and to learn as well. And hello, good morning, everyone. Thank you, that's really nice. Okay, right. With regards to that, maybe let me put it into context of why MindChamps, we chose the partnership franchising way of expanding ourselves, not just locally, but also globally. You see, our founder actually, 20 years ago, started with a vision of wanting to fill gaps in society, because there's really no point creating and building a business if the business is the same old thing, right? But what is important is, what is the gap in society? And one of the areas that has definitely been identified is education. And I'm sure all of us here would believe and trust that education, it's one industry that can literally even change the world. And that's how we started. But having said that, if we ask ourselves, has the world changed even now? I can still remember that when I was really young, when I had to kind of get knowledge, yes, I need to go to this place called a library. I don't know how many of you can connect with that point. Some of you are very young here, right? But I remember I had to go to a library, borrow a book, put a chop on it, and then bring it back before I can actually gain knowledge. But look at the world now. Every little kid, some of them even as young as preschool, if the parents allow, they have what you call the mobile. And what you need to do is, all you need to do is just Google, key in a word, and everything comes out. But the question, sometimes even for us as adults, we asked, are those information real? Or are those information forced? Sometimes we can't even decipher. Talk about the little ones. And as a result, we really believe that, a world in 20 years' time when our preschoolers grow up, and that world, any one of us can imagine what's it going to be like? It's quite impossible to imagine that, right? But having said that, the conventional education system is still teaching us the same way. So what happens is that we're always taught since young the what to learn, the content of the learning. But no one has actually filled the gap of teaching us the how to learn, the learning methods, and also, very importantly, the mindset of a learner. So that's the reason why, for us, we created this global movement. In fact, it has started as a vision for a global movement. And that's called the Three Minds Education Global Model Movement. And with that, that's the reason why we chose partnership and franchising as one of our key expansion growth strategy. It's very simple. Imagine to experiment. We have, as we go along, maybe, hopefully, 10,000 schools, okay, in one experiment, whereby we employ 10,000 principals to actually run and manage those schools. Even how much we train them, right? They can deliver a whole level of excellence. But look at scenario 2. If, let's say, we have 10,000 schools, with that, we have 10,000 principals, but on top of the principals, we have 10,000 business owners who are passionate, committed, and are aligned with our vision and our movement to make a difference to the little ones. The power of that, the power of that alignment, the power of that, potential, it's really unstoppable. And I think that's probably the key reason, why we chose to expand globally through the partnership and the franchising way.
Okay, fantastic. Right, next, Imelda.
Okay, for our company, we started back in 1975 with the Samator in Surabaya, East Java. And in 2004, we actually acquired another company called PT Aneka Gas Industry, the one that you saw in the video before. And that was like the turning point for us, because then we have the challenge to merge the two cultures, the cultures from Aneka Gas Industry and PT Samator. And PT Samator is very entrepreneurial. We started as a family business. And then when we acquired PT Aneka Gas Industry, there was a little bit of shock, because they were from government-owned or state-owned industry, so it was like a little bit different. But we managed to successfully merge the culture, and I think that was the defining moments, the change in our company began to start, and that's the one that can help us scale the business until now, which is we actually grow 50 times more than 2004, since 15 years. Thank you.
Fantastic, thank you. How about yourself, Michelle Yong?
I definitely believe in partnerships as a key pillar in my growth strategy. As the MC mentioned, one of the businesses that I recently started, Collisionate, this year merged with Found to become Found8. We actually were each other's biggest competitors in the co-working space, and very much under innovation-centric co-working space. But when my co-founder approached me, we had a very honest discussion and realized that we are very vision-aligned, very values-aligned, very culturally similar, and therefore our teams, our communities would integrate very well, and that actually we would be plugging each other's gaps and weaknesses, because my strengths were the areas that she was suffering or struggling with, and the corporate innovation expertise that she had built up were the direction that I wanted to take Collisionate in as well. So actually the fundamental reasons for the merger were vision and values, and we didn't even talk about commercial terms until much later. And I think that made the transition or the integration a lot easier, because we did share the same DNA in a lot of ways. This merger has enabled a much faster growth path. So we have just actually tomorrow launching in KL. We're exploring expansion into Australia, India, possibly Philippines and Vietnam as well. And a lot of this is made possible because of our combined strength now, where she can take the lead in certain parts of the business and I can in other parts. What was quite interesting is that we decided that it was not an acquisition, it was a merger, it's a 50-50 merger. So there's a lot of trust involved. And being a family business, fourth generation, that is something that is really core to how we make decisions and how we do business and how we treat a lot of our other businesses. It's sort of helping each other grow together.
Congratulations on your new launch. So we have heard from them, they've got different strategies. They talked about franchising models, right, from MindChamps. They also talked about merger and acquisition with other companies. They talk about partnership as well. Now, next question is, when you transform your business throughout the years as you grow, you need to transform a few things as well, like business processes, people, innovation, organizational processes, and all these. Come share with us how, your transformational journey is like as you grow. Yeah.
Okay, I think I'll just follow up from the why we chose the franchising strategy, and with that, what comes with it. Yeah. Basically, we all know that franchising can be a double-edged sword. Because we don't directly own the business, because they're owned by franchisees, what we needed to do, in fact, we needed to ensure that our business processes are so I would say, carefully crafted and structured in such a way that we can ensure the standards and the quality of consistency of delivery for all the schools.